Joined today by Pete Tong, who is the brilliant Provincial charity steward. And you've been boss man of charity in Lincolnshire Freemasonry for many years. And I know you've been in Masonry a quarter of a century. How has charity and giving to charity changed over that time from your point of view?
Oh, tremendously. I remember when I first came in, my first evening, the charity steward thrust in my hand a piece of paper and he said, fill that out. So I said, what's this? It's your standing order. So I filled it out, handed it to him, and nothing happened. Nothing went out of my bank. And when we had the festival, I remember sitting at the festive board, and the worshipful master said, brethren, he said, we're in festival. So I said, said to the guy sat next to me, I said, what do you mean we're in festival? What's all this mean?
It's a party, isn't it? Or
a party, exactly,
yeah, I love parties.
I had visions of balloons and jellies and all that. And he said, he said, we just raise a bit more money. I said, what for? Well, it all depends. He says, I think it's a children's home. He says, ask the charity steward. So I went to the charity steward at the next meeting. I said, what do you want from me for this festival? I'm busy now. I'll speak to you later. 25 years later, I'm still waiting for that conversation. But how have we changed? It's brilliant now, isn't it? We've got Stuart Pearce's Masonic links. We've got a fantastic website. We sent booklets out to everybody. We made sure everybody knew what the festival was and what we stood for. And charity now, I don't think charity is not the kind of word that was talked about in hushed tones. We talk openly about charity. We talk openly about charity in lodges, and people are pleased to support it. And our attitude now is, we're not asking you to give a lot of money. Give what you can. Just, if it's a quid, that's all that matters. And so I think the whole attitude about charity has changed.
You've been Provincial charity steward now for 5 years. Looking back on those 5 years, what have you achieved for the province, and what have the lads in the lodges achieved for themselves?
I think you've hit it there when you say the lads. I'm part of a team. I mean, all I do is I lead a brilliant team. I have a deputy, I have 3 assistants, and I have 5 area coordinators who support a brilliant team of charity stewards. And they are the ones that do the work, not me. Yeah, okay, so I do have a responsible role, and I'm responsible for a lot of things. But it's the charity stewards and the brethren that are making this work.
What would your message be to all those hard-working charity stewards? Because I know in my lodge, he works tirelessly.
Yeah.
For cracking that whip.
He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. My message to them is thank you. We wouldn't be where we are now if it weren't for the charity stewards and their hard work. It's not just about going up to guys and saying, I want some money. Those days have gone. It's about encouraging them to give. But there's a lot of paperwork involved. It is a very demanding job. And the thing I like as well, once upon a time, the charity steward was an afterthought when the master made his appointments. We have got young charity stewards now, and they bring a new dynamic to it. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it. The lodge that I'm in, there's a young guy there, and I just sit there and really enjoy his reports. They're interesting, they're encouraging, they are absolutely brilliant, and that's across the whole province. It's brilliant.
It just shows that the future is there for Lincolnshire when it comes to charitable giving if the young lad wants to join in. That's fantastic to hear. Yeah. One final question is if you could have one wish as Provincial charity steward, what would it be?
Oh, that's a good one. I have the pleasure and the honour of going and going and marking grants that are given by lodges, given by the Masonic Charitable Foundation. And I just wish the guys could come and be invisible and speak to the people that I speak to. The little old lady at Cleethorpes, suffering from dementia, who, when I spoke to her, said, thank you. On behalf of all those that we support, that you support, that all the brethren support, can I say thank you? You make people's lives better. You make people who are dying those last few days better.
Thank you, Pete.
You got me.